What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to part 29 and the start of the post-game for our Pokemon Consonancia walkthrough. In the previous videos, we took on the final tournament, which was absolutely crazy. Do go and check that one out if you missed it. And in the last video, we showed you how to get every single legendary Pokemon, mythical Pokemon, and Ultra Beast. If you love the battle aspect about Pokemon games, you would love the tournament. And I've also got news for you because in today's episode, we've just arrived at Prince Lear's mansion. And apparently Giovanni has entered from another dimension and he wants to try and take over the region. So we're going to have to try and stop him before he even starts. I don't want Team Rocket trying to take over the whole place. So we're going to have to try everything to try get rid of Boss Giovanni as quickly as possible, send him back to his own dimension. And Prince Lear has agreed to join our team taking on this task. So he has gifted us the Pokemon Hooper, which is an absolute weapon of a Pokemon. So to start off the post-game, we have a ton of battles again. As you can see in the mansion, there are 4 sections here, each with 2 doors. And each door will have a boss battle. And these battles are absolutely insane. It's often really famous villains from all other gens and strong trainers. And they have a whole bunch of legendary Pokemon on their team. So you've got your work cut out for you again. You've got to battle all 8 of the trainers and defeat all of them before you can unlock the main door, which leads to Boss Giovanni. So that's what we're going to try and do in today's video. We're going to try and beat all of the trainers. Hopefully we can work our way through without too much hassle. And as you can see, the first trainer we have taken on is Lysander. He is a really famous trainer from one of the other regions, and his team has been absolutely crazy. He started things off with a Yveltal and a Xerneas, so we are trying our best to try and get rid of all of his team. Luckily, only his first 2 Pokemon were legendaries, so once we got them out the way, the rest isn't too difficult. But I'm sure he's still going to use a Mega Evolution or 2. He's just sent out Pyroar, but it's down to his final Pokemon, so it's currently 2 versus 1. They are just double battles and not triple battles, so that is slightly easier. But after defeating Lysander, he will be kicked back to his dimension, so he will go through a portal. And now we're trying the door next door where we've just found Guzma. So wow, I am really gonna enjoy taking on all these villains. It's quite a throwback and nostalgic. And against Guzma, it's not a double battle, it's just a single battle. So they have swapped things up a little bit. And Guzma's first Pokemon is Golisopod, which has just Mega Evolved. Mega Golisopod is quite strong. I actually had quite a bit of trouble trying to knock it out. And before we could KO Mega Golisopod, Guzma has swapped in Buzzwole, which is my favorite Ultra Beast. I definitely thought about adding it to our team for the final tournament. But we knocked out Buzzwole and Golisopod has been sent out again. Golisopod knocked out our Mewtwo, but we still have half of our team remaining. We've just sent out Pheasantipity, and I'm hoping we can get this Golisopod out the way. It seems like none of my Pokemon typings are strong against Golisopod, and it did heal itself because it does have a maneuver that can heal up some of its HP. But they've swapped out Golisopod and swapped in Masquerain. We've decided to send out the big boy Groudon to try finish things off. I'm hoping fire attacks will be good because it looks like Guzma is just using bug-type Pokemon. And yes, our Groudon is making a comeback for our team. It's just one-shotting everything now. So we should have kicked things off with Groudon to start off with and used our fire attacks. But there we have it. Guzma's gone back to his dimension. We've gone to the other side of the mansion and we're going to try and take on another 2 trainers. We've just found Lucamine, who has started things off with a Necrozma. I think this is the Ultra Necrozma form. And luckily we've got Chin Pow up front, and our Sheer Cold maneuver hits. Sheer Cold knocks out any Pokemon in one shot, but it only has about 30% chance of hitting. So it's not likely that it actually works. But we did use it on Necrozma, and that has made the battle way easier. So it looks like our opponents might have legendaries or mythical or ultra beasts, but they are sending them out first in the battle. Well, that seems to be the trend so far that I've noticed. We currently have Pheasantipity out, which just knocked out Miss Magius and Mega Clefable. But now Lusamine has sent out Milotic, which is a water type. I always get confused and think Milotic is a dragon type. Our Pheasantipity gets knocked out, but we send out Rayquaza next, who has an Electrica type move. So I'm hoping we can finish off Milotic, and we do. So we are down to Lusamine's final Pokemon, and we still have 3 Pokemon of our own. She has now sent out Lilligant again, but our Mewtwo just finished it off, and we have sent Lusamine back to her dimension. We enter the next room and we find Chairman Rose. Wow, so this was one of the toughest battles out of these 8. As you can see, it is a single battle, but he has started things off with Eternatus. Luckily, our Chin Pow knocked it out with Sheer Cold on the second attack. Our first one missed, and now we have sent out Groudon, so we're going to try and keep the type advantage. Our Primal Groudon's Fire-type moves are coming in super handy because it looks like Chairman Rose is using mostly Steel types. But unfortunately, our Primal Groudon got KO'd, but we are sent out Mewtwo next, who also has a Fire-type move. So we'll see how Mewtwo does. Hopefully it can finish off the rest of Chairman Rose's team. And yes, Mewtwo has just one-shotted the rest of Chairman Rose's team, so that was easier than I thought. Lusamine was actually way tougher. I actually lost to Lusamine once. But now we have finished the top floor. We're going to go down to the lower set of rooms, so we're only halfway. But we've entered the first room and just encountered Getsus. So wow, the first 2 Pokemon he has sent out are 2 Kyurem in different forms, and I'm scared. We've got Chin Pow up front, so I'm hoping its Sheer Cold will hit. Unfortunately, it's missed the first and second time, so our Sheer Cold didn't work this time around. I suppose it can't work every time, but we did knock one of the Kyurem out, so if we can get this other Kyurem out the way, at least we should only be facing regular Pokemon after that. Our Pheasantipity knocks out Kyurem, and now we are facing Electros and Bouffalant. We've just sent out Eternatus to help out Pheasantipity, and I think we might have this battle under the belt now that the Kyurems are out the way. One thing that I have really enjoyed about this game is that they've included absolutely everyone. We've battled so many gym leaders from every single region. We battled a whole bunch of people in the tournament, and now in the post-game we are battling every single villain. So they've literally covered every single aspect, and they've tied it into the storyline really well. We'll even get to face Giovanni if we can knock out all these villains. So this game has been a lot of fun. I definitely put it up there with Pokemon Anil and Pokemon Gadir. Those are the most recent fan games that I've played through on the channel and really enjoyed. All 3 of them are masterpieces in their own way and a little bit different from each other. But we knock out Getsus and enter the next door, and here we have found Cyrus, who's got Palkia and Dialga as his first 2 Pokemon. If I had to try and rank the 3 latest fan games that I've played, it's going to be really close. I suppose it depends what you enjoy from these games. Pokemon Anil might be in the first spot just because of replayability. I think you can replay Pokemon Anil over and over again. It's a lot of fun. It's got all the Pokemon in the game. And yeah, there's a lot of quality of life features, so there's nothing too annoying. second, I would probably put Consonancia, but if you do enjoy difficulty games, Consonancia might be your number one game because the difficulty here is way tougher than in Pokemon Anil. But Pokemon Anil also has difficulty levels, so if you want to choose a more difficult playthrough in Anil, that option is also there. But as the base games, Consonancia is definitely tougher. You can nuzlocke both games, I believe. And then third is Pokemon Gadir, just because the storyline is great. I love that they added Fakemon and new variants in the game. So if that's your kind of thing, then Pokemon Gadir might be your favorite. All three of the games are really well polished and highly enjoyable. I do recommend that you play all of them. If you are an old school fan and like Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, then Anil is for you because it is basically the perfect Fire Red version that's just been updated. If you're trying to decide, go and subscribe to my channel and give the videos a watch. You can find them in my playlists and you can decide on which game you would like to play. But we've just defeated Cyrus, and that means there are only 2 more villains left. The next room we've entered has Archie, so I'm guessing he is going to have Kyogre. It's also just changed to its primal form. So next door we're probably going to have to take on Primal Groudon. Luckily, Chien-Pao has knocked out Primal Kyogre with its sheer cold attack. Once again, Chien-Pao has definitely been an MVP in all of these battles, as well as Primal Groudon. They have helped us a ton against all of these villains. We did lose to, I think, 2 of the villains, and we had to rebattle them and won the second time. I think we lost against Archie and also Lucamine. They were the 2 toughest for me. But I'm curious to hear from you guys, which of the villains was the toughest for you? I'm hoping we can defeat Archie and the final villain, and then in the next episode we will try and take on Boss Giovanni, who I am super nervous about. We have slowly worked our way through Archie's team, and Walrein was also quite a difficult Pokemon to KO. Its typing being water and ice is quite strong. You want to try and hit it either with electric or stone type attacks. But we have reached Archie's final Pokemon, who is Crobat, and Mewtwo just one-shotted it. So Archie has gone back to his dimension. And now, finally, the last trainer is Maxie. So we were right. It looks like we're going to face Primal Groudon. We're going to try our Sheer Cold move, and I'm hoping it hits, because I know how strong Groudon is. Our Sheer Cold move misses on the first attempt, but luckily Chien-Pao is holding a Focus Sash, and our second attempt knocks out Primal Groudon. So that's going to make this battle way easier now moving forward. And most of our Pokemon that we are facing are all fire types. So if you have some strong ground or rock type moves, you're going to fly through this battle against Maxie. Our rock stone edge attack is pretty much knocking everything out. We've also got a really strong ground type move. But Groudon has taken a lot of damage because it did get poisoned. So now we've sent out Eternatus, who I'm hoping will finish off Maxie's team. We've reached the final Pokemon, who is Weezing. So we're going to hit it with one more attack, and that should do it. We finish it off with a Draco Meteor, and we've defeated all the villains. What a video. That was a lot of fun. But we're going to end things off here and continue in the next one. Thanks for watching.